Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here today with our Arkansas Razorback Dynasty here as we are concluding season 4. And again, if don't remember, or maybe you're just out of the loop, our Razorbacks, number one in the land, 15-1, won the national championship last time out. We had an incredible season that saw Gabe President in the Heisman contendership as a sophomore throughout the year. He threw for over 4,300 yards, 46 touchdowns. The interception ratio higher than we'd like it to be. Obviously, we got to improve upon that in his third year. Pollard was our top running back, over 1,200 yards rushing. Other guys did solid as well. Receiving core was really all mixed around. We didn't have one key target we went to all the time. It was by committee, and that's the way I like it to be. And then, of course, defensively, we are led by maybe the greatest Arkansas Razorback defensive player we've ever had, Jose Baptiste, who's a junior, who is the target person for this episode, this stream today, because he is potentially going to the draft. And I understand why. If we look here at him and what he's been able to do, he has been prolific for the Razorbacks, to say the least. Let's look at his career here. You see what he's done. Year to year, his first year was honestly one of his best. 147 tackles, 45 for a loss, 4 sacks with a pick, had 2 forced fumbles. Year 2, took a little bit of a back step in terms of tackles for a loss right there. Sacks were improved, picks were improved. And then this year, again, another award-winning year, 123 tackles, 35 for a loss, 6.5 sacks a pick as well. He's been tremendous, but we may be losing. But before we do anything, get into the portal and all that stuff, today's off-season stream, I want to thank our channel members, patrons, for your generosity supporting the channel. Appreciate each and every single one of you for your generosity every single month. Hope you're all doing well, staying blessed. And I appreciate you blessing us every single month with your generosity. So, yeah, I getting some time away for a bit here. My wife and I have just welcomed our third daughter to the family, the Coach Go Botch family here. So times are busy. I'm going to try to do these streams and all as I typically do on Mondays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, if I'm able to. But it may be a little bit touch and go for a few weeks here until routines are back to normal. But yeah, let's talk about some stuff. So Steven, what's going on, man? He says, thoughts on the new Razorback coach. So Silverfield, that is the big topic, is it not? Ryan Silverfield from Memphis to the Hogs in real life. Let me just say this. I have nothing against Silverfield as a hire. I wish nothing but the best for him. But I will say this. I am not happy or loving the hire simply because it seems like we went cheap and we were, honestly, here's the thing. The Arkansas position was not the premier position. It wasn't. We were like, the Razorback position was like probably 5th best in the SEC available at the time, and probably not even 5th best nationally around. So when you're talking about getting the best candidates, I think we are way down the list for some people. And from what I've been hearing and reading from people online, from journalists, the job has not been very well sought after by coaching candidates either, which is not great. And of course, what fixes that? You pay them well, and you reinforce that with good NIL money. And I don't think that's there at Arkansas either, which is another issue. But with all that said, that's a Hunter Yurachek issue. I'm more so upset with him, and I'm going to root for Ryan Silverfield and hope that he can turn the ship around quickly, as he said he is. Now, he's got big words he's using right now. The actions have to back those up. Yesterday, he took a big step in that way, getting and kind of, again, we want to put a wall around the state of Arkansas, and you want to keep the best players in the high school recruiting in the state of Arkansas going to the U of A. He's trying to do that. He already got 3 or 4 turned around to U of A. That's huge, including the number 1 player in the state. If he can keep that going, that's good. You've got to put a wall around the state. You got to retain the Hogs. You got to retain kids that are from Arkansas, in Arkansas, and don't let them leave Arkansas. Because here's the truth: we're not going to be able to out recruit the SEC. You're not going to be able to out recruit the SEC in Texas or Louisiana or our borderline states, all that kind of stuff. We're not going to be able to do it. We just don't have the capital or the capability to do so. So you got to keep the kids in the state you can get, and then you got to be aggressive in the portal, and then you got to develop, and that's what Silverfield's trying to do. Until he puts a product on the field, I can't really give good passing judgment. But I'm going to root for the dude. I think he seems like he's, solid guy. Seems like, he's got a good track record overall as a coach. He's got a solid record. But he's not proven in a big conference, and that remains to be seen. But he's taken over an Arkansas program that is a bottom of the barrel SEC program in football, which is a disaster, and I hope he can fix it. But we'll see what happens. So let's talk about our program here with our Razorbacks off a championship. How about that? And you can see here are the players that are wanting to leave, that are not just graduating. We have a big graduating class already. You can see that down here. We are losing a ton of players. It's going to hurt us tremendously. But we do have portal players and draft players wanting to leave, including the best player on our team, the captain of our defense, Jose Baptiste. You got our halfback Kyle Pollard wanting to go. You got Jacaden Ferguson wanting to go. And then an offensive lineman, we got other people as well. So this is going to be tough for us. We got to see who we can get. So let's start with Kyle Pollard. Can we retain Kyle Pollard and keep him around here? I'd like to see him stay. He's done a good job. If we look at his stats, again, first year he was with us, he didn't do a lot. He played 13 games, wasn't a piece we used a lot. Year two, we put him into the spotlight. He did well, and that's just rushing. He's also been able to do some receiving. This year was his best receiving year for us ever. But you can see with the numbers, he's been a big product for us. But we'll see. So let's see if we can get him. This chance to persuade, it says, is none. And I don't second guess it. Let's see. Yeah, he has not been persuaded. He's gone. He's going to be a first round draft pick. So I understand completely. Jose Baptiste, persuasion chance? None. He's gone. He's going to be a first round draft pick. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to see him go. Jacaden Ferguson, he's gone. Going to be a 6th round draft pick. Why not come back another year and get that draft stock up, my man? Come on. So that's 3 dudes gone. We have a few people wanting to leave to the portal because of pro potential, playing time, playing style, blah, blah, blah. Let's start with Gavin Hoffman, the junior. See if we can bring him back. He has not been persuaded. He is leaving. We got Taylor Qualls, left tackle, freshman. He is staying. Okay, so we got one person to stay. Overton. He's a junior. He is leaving. Man. And then our backup quarterback, Jamison Schism. Whatever, he's not going to stay. Yeah, he's not been persuaded. So we're losing everybody but one that was available to get. So a big class leaving the Razorbacks this year. A huge class leaving the Hogs. Offensively, look at the quarterback room. Obviously, we're going to bring back our starting quarterback, but we're losing 2. We're going to lose 3 halfbacks this year. We're going to lose 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 3 left tackles, a right guard, a right tackle, 2 edge rushers, 3 edge rushers. Henderson's gone too. Habert from Sam linebacker. We lose a Mike linebacker with Simmons. Baptiste and Logan. This is the gut punch right there. We lose Allen at corner. 3 safeties. Just, again, sucks to see. And then 1 other strong safety. And Starczyk is graduating as well. So a lot of pieces leaving the Hogs. I can't do anything about it, though. It is what it is. That's the nature of the beast. You can't keep them all. And especially when they build up draft stock, they're going to go get paid, baby. And I don't blame them one bit for that. So let's see. Let's see the draft results. Which game you like better, college football or Madden? King, for me, I like college football more. But I'm going to be honest, I've been enjoying Madden's product this year. I've been having a lot of fun with the game. But the depth for Madden just still isn't there for me. I feel like they need to add more elements for the management aspects that I like from, like, say, like an NBA 2K or stuff like that. I want more of that in Madden. Because college football has more depth to, like, the roster management and stuff. I like that more. And I just love the college football game so much. I love college sports in general. So for me, it's college football over Madden, but Madden's been a good product this year. I've been actually happy with it. So here's our draft results. We ended up having a good amount of people get drafted. Pollard ends up going first round along with Baptiste and Spears. So that's 3 first-round draft picks for the Hogs. Then Ferguson and Nagy go in the 5th round, and Collins goes in the 7th round. So overall, that's solid. That's 6 people drafted from this Razorback National Championship team that are gone, and those are big shoes to fill. Those are going to be big shoes for us to fill. We do have 32 coach points remaining from now here for Coach Eric Taylor, national champion coach, and we just unlocked some other stuff here. So we just got talent developer, which we could go into. Again, that's going to be good for bonuses. Interesting. So this is like for XP gains and things like that to help them get to their max potential. But then you have program builder, which we can unlock now. Coordinators are less likely to leave in the coaching carousel. I don't really care about that necessarily. Increased home field advantage composure. 3rd and 7th round picks are less likely to leave. That's decent. Gain 3 additional persuade attempts. So this is just like trying to, for a little bit for recruiting and keeping players where you want them to be. Boost your primary pipeline. Upgrade your school's best 2 pipelines by 1 tier. Some of that's pretty good. So I'm honestly going to go start with the talent developer just because I think we want to get the maximum out of our roster. So we're going to invest in that with the points we have. So there we go. Talent developer is now unlocked for us. And now we need to go into the portal and see who's around, see what's around and going on. So here's our class. Our class for the Hogs is 6th ranked in the nation. We have 3 5-stars led by the #1 national player, Keenan Kumar, right tackle out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He's the #1 player in his position in the state nationally. And we got him coming to the Hill, which is huge. We also got the number 25 national player, number 6 receiver, that is Brian Portilla. Then we got Percy Hyde, who was the number 5 corner. And then we have another receiver, halfback, Mike linebacker. We got a handful of receivers, which is nice to see. But we didn't get a quarterback. We got 1 halfback. So we do have needs we need to fill. We have needs we need to fill. As you can see, quarterback, edge rusher, safety are the needs right now. So I want to see first and foremost. I just want to go look at the portal in general and see who's around. So the #1 player available out of the portal is the transfer freshman Cordell Chansey. He's a route specialist. He's leaving USC. He had almost 1,000-yard season receiving with 5 touchdowns for USC. Really like that. I'll add him to the board. Why not? And then you got Jaden Proctor, transfer sophomore, 5'11". Didn't do a lot for them this year. That's probably why he was wanting to leave the program. We're 2nd on this guy's list behind Arizona State. Maybe we can still get him. We'll see. You also got Sean Trimble, who didn't do a lot of productivity-wise. We'll see about adding some of these guys, but let's just go by top prospects. Let's go by recommended, starting at the top. So we need an edge rush. We're going to go after Theodore Blackwell. He's leaving USC. Last year, he didn't play very much. He ended up with 1 tackle, being a tackle for a loss. That was it. So he didn't play at all, hardly, as a transfer junior. So we're going to try to add him to the board. We also need quarterbacks just for backup for depth, right? And we have one from A-State, Rashawn Coleman. He's a 3-star transfer junior out of Little Rock. He last season threw for 3,100 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, 17 picks. We could add him to the board. Why not? We got a right tackle here we could try to bring in. He's played well. We're 6th on his board. He's not the big guy. We do need more tackles. I wouldn't be opposed to it. We need another halfback for depth. So Bo Jackson. He's 1,100-yard rusher last season for Texas A&M. We'll add him in. We can get free safety. Why not? There's Hoffman. Again, a guy that was wanting to transfer and leave Arkansas. We can bring him back to the state. Why not? And is that it? Our board's full. Oh, we'll see here. Let me go to our prospect list and our recruiting board here. Let's start at the top. So again, Playing time. It's a D. He is a locked out player right now because of that. That sucks. I'm going to leave you off my board then if that's the case. I don't want you being here. Conference prestige is what he's good at here. So we will offer Rashawn, give him the 50 points. A halfback, we have Stephen Bullocks coming in. We also have a 4-star here with Pochik and Jackson. So let's start with Jackson. Again, we need halfbacks to reload. That's such an important position. Obviously, we need that to be solid. So we're going to schedule a visit for you since you're already locked in, and we're going to go with championship contender for that and throw the 50 points at you as well. We'll go there. All right. Receiver, we have 4 receivers already locked in, including a 5-star, and then Chansey, the number 1 available player out of the portal. We want to bring him home to Fayetteville. He could help us tremendously. Then there is a tight end available to us. We could try to bring him in. Championship contender, 50 points. Okay, Malik Gamble, 5-star. Bring him on. We got another guy here. Again, I'm always good for loading up our offensive line. We need our offensive line to be stout, solid, great as they could possibly be. So we're going to heavily invest in that area, and we're going to go with playing style. 2 centers. Both are not great, but let's start with this guy here that is a 4-star commit. We'll go championship contender since that's our highest tier. And then we'll look at you as well. You're already locked down in that, so we'll go down here to conference prestige. It's in the house. Perfect. Edge rushers, we have a few. Let's start with a 4-star that we're currently in the top 8 for, but we need to work up that ladder quickly. We got McCluster here. We're in the mix for with Oklahoma. Gayton, we're in the mix for. We'll try to get all of you. Maybe. I may even take off one of those at some point. We'll see. A lot of will linebackers here. We don't necessarily need all of these guys, but again, I'm not going to ever turn down good talent, ever. Let's go to pro potential. Okay, there's that. Again, we're about to lock this kid in, so we'll just go to conference prestige. There it is. And then you as well, since we're about to lock you in, we're just going to get everybody we can. Championship contender. All right, so there is a corner here. He's a 3-star corner out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's add him to the board. Get him going. Again, we're not going to get all these guys, I don't think, but if we can get at least a handful of them locked in, it's going to help our recruiting class so much. This guy here, a 3-star freshman. He's a transfer freshman. Let's take you off the board. I want to add somebody else to the board that I saw earlier. There we go. Okay, that works out well. And then do we need another kicker? I thought we had another kicker already on the board for us. So I thought we had a kicker retained from last roster. We'll see. But we still need a strong safety, they say. We still need another quarterback. So let's go look at quarterbacks. Let's go to top prospects. Let's go to QBs. And see, even though it's not a position I'm not worried about right now because we have the best guy coming back with Gabe President, I do think we do need to make sure we have backups there ready to go. So we got a pure runner, Devin Johns here. He's 6'4", 188 out of Honolulu, Hawaii. He's coming from USC. USC is unloading talent, man. Like, seriously, they not retaining a soul. And we could bring him in. Let's see if we can get him. Why not? That gives me 1 target there. And then 6'4" pocket passer, backfield creator, dual threat. He had a pretty decent, I mean, he played at least a little bit. Oh. Let's add him, and then let's go get this a strong safety somewhere down the line here. Toby, what's going on, Coach? Have you been able to What are you going to do? What Vanderbilt did today in real life? Shoot, man. I should. I have the number one commit already locked in. I just saw that they got the number one quarterback, right? They flipped the number one quarterback, which is remarkable. I mean, talk about a program that went from dirt eater to absolute just clutch. I mean, insane. It's insane what Vanderbilt's been able to do, but kudos to all involved there in that program. I'm very happy for them. Again, it's something I hope the real life Razorbacks can eventually do and become. We'll see if that ever happens. I am not going to hold my breath on it, but it's nice to see a program like that come out of that and you know, do what they're doing. So it's just cool to see. All right, so here we go. We got that going. Now we need to go down here to that safety. I thought I added to the board. I guess I didn't. Let's go to the portal here. Any state. Top prospects. Mosley. Yeah, I want him. All right, there we go. Yeah, they flipped Curtis from Georgia. It is incredible, Curtis. I mean, it is. I can't believe they got him. Like, but again, there's probably a lot of NIL stuff going on there. It's behind the scenes. That's the big thing. When you're flipping those guys, it's all NIL. All right, so we got our recruiting board situated. Let's go and let's see if we get some of the big dogs to come in. So here we go. Let's advance and let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. All right, so here we go. Nobody locked in. Got a bunch of people into top fives, basically. But nobody locked in right now. All right. Let's see where we're at. So, again, still, we have one scholarship remaining right now. Quarterback room-wise, we are in the mix for all three of these dudes, which is nice to see. We just really need two of you to hit. If we can get two of you to hit, we'll be fine. Let's give you a visit here on week 3. Halfbacks, we're behind here for Ochik. We're leading there. We'll give you a visit for week. I don't know what your top thing's going to be, but we'll go with Trophy Tour. I don't know. Maybe wasted. Receiving room, we're right perfect where we need to be here for them. Okay, we're doing fine. Doing fine still here. Let's get you a visit for week 4 if you're still around by then. Playing style, I guess. I hate doing playing style, but we'll do it. All right. We're leading for you. 3rd and 1st. 1st, 2nd, narrowly. 1st. Offensive line, we're right in the hunt. We're about to get 2. Corner, we're about to get 1. Safety, we're in the mix. And we're in the mix here as well. So, okay, let's go forward another week. Let's see what we can do here. It's NIL, plus he could start day 1 at Vandy with Pavia leaving. Couldn't do that at Georgia. That's true. That's a big piece of it. Playing time. Early playing time. Man, Pavia, what a dude. All right, here we go. We're getting our first guys coming in now. Jason Etienne, 3-star will linebacker. Cordell Coxey, 3-star will linebacker. Okay. It's all right. I'll take them. We got people coming in for visits. Nobody locking us out from what I'm seeing, so that's beautiful. All right, so let's see how it's all shaken out. Let's go to the portal and see where the best of the best are. And I want to see if anybody's committed elsewhere yet. Top prospects. So, still not locked out yet. It looks like most of these people are still sticking around with where they're going to be. All right, let's get to our guys. This quarterback room. We're right where we need to be still for all 3. Halfback room. Gosh, we got to get him up. Okay, can I go offs in the house now? Let's go hard sell. There we go. And then we'll do the 10 extra points here. And then for you, we don't know anything yet, so we can't do anything there. But we're first on your board, so that's okay. Our receiver room, we dropped spots big time here. We need this to improve. But we don't know much about him, but I do need to get him on a call because I don't want to lose him. He's gonna be a big time target for us, man. We know one piece about him, so I'm gonna risk the biscuit for this guy a little bit. He's a #1 transfer player available, and we need a hard sell. So he's a championship contender. We know. We don't want that one. We need this one. This needs to be the one. Aspirational goals. We need it to be aspirational goals, and that's one we're gonna go with. And we're gonna roll the dice a little bit here. Try to keep him with us and move back up that ladder. First on your board. Okay, right in the mix for you. Let's see if we can get you for week 4. That's not going to work properly. Dang it, never mind. Offensive guard. Okay, centers. We are still right there for both of them. Gosh, don't commit over there, dude. Come on, we're going to throw a Hail Mary out here for Slater. The hard sell. Hard sell, 10 points additional. Go. Edge rushers, we're maybe going to land all 3 of those dudes. Dukes, we're right there on. We're going to get off in the house. We're going to go to the hard sell for him. Where is it? There it is. And 10 extra points. Boom. Mike linebacker, we're locked in here. We're first on your board. We're very close on you. Let's get off in the house here. Let's go with a full send on hard sell. And again, it's going to be aspirational goals. A very common one. This guy may be hard to land. We know what you like at least now. That's good. All right. That's all the points we have available. Let's advance. And let's see. Come on, please. This is week 3 of 4. I need to get some of these guys locked in. Okay, we get a handshake here. Rashawn Coleman, 3-star quarterback from Little Rock's coming in. That's it. We lose out on a freaking A. We lost out on 2. Free safety and a center. We're out of here. So we lost out on the free safety and the center. Oh. Yeah, we just need one more of these guys. We're right here on you. We're right here on you, dude. I don't think we're going to get him. Bo Jackson, I think maybe we could bring him in. We moved up 2 spots on his board. That's excellent. We'll see if we can keep moving up that ladder. He's not decided yet, so we'll see. Okay, moving in the right direction there. Good. We lost out on Slater. That sucks. We need to get him then. Okay, we're good there. About to get him. About to get him. We lost out on the 4-star Amudo, whatever your name is. All right, so let's go. Let's go back to the transfer portal. We got 2 more spots available with 3 targets left. So let's go find somebody else. We can get Noah Freeman from Georgia State. He's a 4-star, and we could bring in. Ivy out of Little Rock? Why not? Why not? Let's do that. It's 2 guys that are fairly decent. We can get 1. No, we can't. So this is the last week. We got to throw Hail Mary here. And who's the other defensive tackle, right? Yeah. We'll do that. Go look at guys with no offers. Good chance to steal a top player. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's go all prospects, any state. Search by offers. All right, so here we go. No offers. The best available are 3 stars. From what's okay, there's a few here, but I can't get them. Defensive tackle here is a 3-star. 3-star. Couple here that we can't get. 3 stars. There is a 5-star here. Right tackle. Signed already with me. Never mind. Okay. So some of these guys, yeah, I just can't do anything with it. Unfortunately. It's mostly 3 stars from what we're seeing. All right. Well, that's okay. We're going to take what we got. advance the week. Let's see what we bring in on the final week. Please. We've done what we can with the points we have. So let's see. Nate Warrior, love the name. Free safety, bring him on. Trent Ankara, center. Demetrius Sandy, corner. 5-star Malik Gamble, right tackle, lovely. 3-star tight end Coleman. Right guard, 3-star Eaton. Then McCluster, right edge, 3 stars. Alex Gayton, 3-star right edge. Left edge, Theodore Blackwell, 4-star. Devin Johns, quarterback, 3-star out of Hawaii. And we lose out on a handful of others, including the dadgum #1 guy, Chansey. He's going to Oregon. Dadgummit. I was hoping we'd be able to lock in that big receiver. So that kind of sucks. Kind of sucks that we missed out on what we were hoping to get. But we move up at least a spot. At least we moved up one spot. We move up to number 5. We have 4 5-stars, 9 4-stars, 13 3-stars. It's not a bad class. It's just not as deep as I would like it to be with 26 people compared to what the top 4 got. I'll take the class we got, certainly. It's not a bad class whatsoever. Honestly, it's right in the mix for being our best class yet. Position changes. Let's take a look at this. This is always a little intriguing for us to look at. So let's go to the quarterback room. We have 4 QBs in the QB room, including, of course, our captain, our all everything, Gabe President, Marco Montans. I want to see some of these people. They can switch off QB, but I'm not thinking any of you will. Let's go to running back room. Running back room always has some guys that can move around. So let's go specifically look at the freshman running backs and see if anything works for them. So he's 74 overall for halfback. Nothing else looks good to him. Okay. Bayer, he is a 74 overall halfback, and that's the best position for him. Okay. Again, worth looking at because you never know. Okay, like this guy, he's 77 overall halfback, but he could also play safety potentially if we need him to. Corner, linebacker. But again, I'm not going to have him do that right now. And then Naylor, I'm probably definitely not switching him. 78 overall halfback. Yeah, so our halfback room's set. There's nobody better there for that. Let's go to the receiver room. So this is where some of these guys we're going to see excel. Like Portilla here. It's a freshman, 79 overall. He could be an 81 overall halfback if we move him. He could be a 79 overall tight end. Because right now he's a 79 overall receiver. 6'1", 165. He could become the next Pullard for us if we decide to move him over to halfback. But the issue is at halfback, he wouldn't even start because Skaggs is going to be the dog. So I'm not going to do it just simply because we don't need him for that position. Let's look over here at somebody like Harmon. 83 overall tight end. If we move you to tight end, 81 overall halfback, that's crazy. Some of these dudes are crazy with like the switch. 85 overall halfback, physical route runner. Now he's not big enough, in my opinion, to be a tight end. Excuse me, 6'1". Like our tight ends, we have 6'2", 6'4", 78 overall, and 73 overall. We could look at maybe one of our bigger guys, like this guy right here. He's a 74 overall. Would he be a good tight end? He could be decent. Because we have a very full room of receivers. So we need to find somebody that is a big enough boy he could play potentially at tight end if need be. Sturgis is 78 overall. Let's go. Let's see here. So we need somebody that's over 200 pounds. Like a Joey Boss. I love the name as well. He'd be a 77 overall tight end right now. Day one. Not a starter though. Pratt, 6'1", 209. We have 77 overall. Good Lord. 5'8", 184. Definitely not going to be a tight end any day soon. Like the best one for us would be like we don't really have a dude that's just gonna like a beefy dude that's gonna be able to play tight end. I don't think like Harmon here. He's 6'2", 209, not near big enough, but he would be our best tight end option at 83 overall. But I would worry about his blocking. He's run blocks 51, his pass blocks 37. Terrible. So I don't think we're gonna move any of these dudes. Like if we move anybody, it's gonna be some of these cats down here that aren't going to see the field that we could put maybe as a halfback or something like that, maybe. Because we just look at how many freshmen we have. We have so many freshmen. We're very young at receiver. It's going to be anybody's game to see who develops out of that. And we have 2 tight ends. So I really do need one more tight end. All right, Harmon, you're the guy. You're moving over. We're going to have Harmon become a tight end, and we're going to see how that plays. Maybe stupid, but whatever. All right, we got a lot of left tackles, guards, centers. Our offensive line is depth. We have depth, finally. Edge, we're good there. We have a ton of right edge people here. Let's see if any of you are better off somewhere else. No. Check offensive tackle and let linebackers for tight ends. Yeah, I would say definitely probably linebackers. I'll check that here in a second there, Toby. I don't think any of these guys are switching. Let me see. Let's go to right tackle real quick. Someplace with a lot of depth. Okay, right here. This right guard, Eaton. He could be a tight end, but he'd be a pure blocker. 68 overall. Terrible. No hands. Not surprised. And then maybe like this coffee freshman here. No. 71 pro overall. So no hands again. Let's go look at our defensive tackles. We have a ton in the mix there. Sam linebackers, we have 2. Or Shermer. Let's look at you. Not in the fix. No. Okay. A ton of will linebackers. A lot of good corners here. Man, we just got a lot of people. Full roster. Okay. Well, that's what we got. That's what we're going to go with. Let's keep moving. And again, if we ever need to switch positions later, we can. It's not like we're locked into that right now. We can always do it later when need be. But I'm pretty happy with this roster overall. So, Elite Recruiter is now unlocked. That's awesome to see. We've also unlocked Dev Trait for Otis, one of our defensive tackles. He's now a star. That's excellent. He deserves it. He played well last year. He did really well, actually. We also got a dev up trait for Dunsmore. He's now an elite. Dunsmore on the defensive side. He moves up to an elite dev trait. Dude, that's awesome. The defense needed some replacements like that. Gabe President moves up to a star. That's very worthy and deserving. So let's look at the training results. Let's go to the training results by position. So Gabe President moves up 3 spots to 88 overall, the junior. He goes up to a star now. He'll be backed up by Devin Johns he was one of our transfers we're bringing in here. He moved up 8 spots, number 8. For him, he moved up. He's 84 overall. So we got a quality backup for President because this may be President's last year. I could very well see him after year 5 going to a draft or something like that. So we'll see. And then we got some other depth back there. Halfback, 91 overall for Ladarius Skaggs, you guys. That's awesome. Hennessy goes up to 82 and 79. So our halfback room's set. That's awesome. Let's look at the receiver room. Silvestro's 95. Pac-Man, he's at 88. Naylor to 85. Receiver room's going to look good. Tight end, Harmon goes up to 87. Sturgis to 81. 76, not bad. Offensive left tackles, not bad. Very good there for left guard. Center still lacking. Right guard looks good. Right tackle, not as good. Left edge, not bad at all. Clemens moves up to 89 overall. Otis, this is the guy that got the big upgrade to star. That's awesome for him. Sam linebacker Starks moves up. Senior Komar. Will linebacker's a little bit lacking. Dude, Cabral moved up 10. He's an elite dev trait, y'all. This dude's going to be a stud. He's a freshman. He moved up 10 overall in a season. So he'll be probably a slot receiver or slot, a slot corner for us this year at times. McGuire moves up, and then Dunsmore, they moved up to an elite dev trait. He's at 88 now. So we got a lot of good depth there. The roster moved up quite well. So we're filling some holes that we are having to replace. I'm pretty pleased with that training regiment there. I think that moves us better in the right direction. I'm really happy about that overall. So now comes the time we need to talk about encouraging transfers, because we are going to be over roster by a few players, are we not? Yeah, 2 players. That's not bad. I'm actually pretty happy with that overall. So who do we want to encourage to get out of town? None of these players, I'll tell you that. Let's go to the receiver room. That's probably more likely where we're going to have players we need to encourage to leave, such as a Joey Boss or Rich, but those guys are pretty solid, 83 overall. Let's keep looking. Senior Sturgis. Sturgis played well for us last year, but I'm not going to take him out. No. Left tackles, no. Probably would be Mankins here. His right guard, potentially. I'm not going to do it yet. Defensive tackle. Okay, so we do have several here that we'd look at. I would look certainly at Colbrick, just because you're probably not going to play all that many snaps for us. And it gives the freshman a chance over you. I'm going to go Colbrick. I know it's maybe a little bit, you probably don't love it. And then see you later, cutting. All right, so we're good now. We're 85 out of 85. We're ready to roll. So that's set. The roster's good there. Now we can move ahead. And we can get to our schedule and get our rosters kind of situated and built, so we're ready for the next stream we do where we kick off our season. So let's start by doing our recruiting board. Let's start by building our board out. Let's see what we got to do. So look at this, man. We need a lot of players. Obviously, we're going to be thinking about the future. Gabe, president, probably will finish his last season here with the Hogs. I don't guess he'll come back for his senior year. I bet he'll go to the draft. So we'll need a good quarterback just in case we lose any people there. So let's start by going with any state. And I want to always go first. Hold on here. Search by interest. So let's go by interest in my school, top school, go. Let's go there first. Okay, so we do have some. We have a halfback. Okay. We got a receiver. 2 tight ends. We only need 1. I'm not going to do 2. Diego Blizzard. What a name. He's a pocket passer, though. That's new for us, but we'll look at him. Then you got a dual threat quarterback here. The Alexander Harkey will bring you in. And then a Sam linebacker out of Arkansas will bring you in. So those are our top guys that are already thinking about locking us in. Then we got guys that are top 3. Ooh, we got some 5 stars. Okay, so we got a guy out of Mississippi. Another guy out of Houston, Texas. A backfield threat here, Timmy Moy. Second on your board. Let's go with you. I'll throw all of you on the board just so I can scout you and look. I don't want to have an abundance of guys at Gadget. Interesting. Another halfback, another tight end. Vertical, 6'5", 228. Yeah, we'll bring you on the board. Again, so many receivers. I just want to find some other guys that aren't receivers first. Quarterbacks, another one there, Schumer, 6'4", 201. Add you to the board just because you're a quarterback. I want to look at you. Right guard. Sam, right edge there, and another right guard. Okay, so that's top 3. Again, there's always others we can look at. Top 5 more. Okay, we got a will linebacker. We got a corner, right tackle, will linebacker, Mike linebacker, right tackle, left guard, center.
Defensive tackle, left tackle, right tackle. Another center. Man, I don't need all those. I mean, I'll take centers. I've got to take some tackles off the board down the line here. I need edge rushers is really what I need. Like will linebacker. I don't necessarily need another. We don't need more tackles. We don't need any more offensive linemen. Defensive tackle. Here we go. Finally got somebody we needed. Will linebackers. I need edge rushers, man. There's, oh, sorry. There's one. Okay, that's top 5. And then we'll look at top 8 lastly. And we'll see if there's anything there. Power rusher. So that's an edge rusher. Corner, yes. That puts us at 35 targets now. So that's pretty dang good to start. Let's go with that and let's do some scouting now, shall we? So let's look at the quarterback room. And let's scout. Oh, we got a gem on our hands. So Diego Blizzard's a definite keep on the board. He's a 4-star gem, 94 power. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see what we got here for Harkey. Speed's not bad. Some of the other stuff are more lacking. Again, another mediocre for me. We may look into a different quarterback because I'm not sold on some of these guys here. The throw power and accuracy aren't bad, certainly, but this guy has no attributes. You're gone. We'll see. I'm going to probably take you off my board too, honestly. All right, let's look at the halfback room. Hold on first. I need to go to my coaching upgrades. I have some points we need to spend. All right, so we need to go look at recruiting. A hold to upgrade. Yeah. Oh, I can't. Shoot. Let's see here. D-line, less time to fully scout. Let's go to let's do that for the DB. And do that too. Okay. Do that. Go back to our board. Let's get back to the halfbacks. So we got you scouted. You're not a gem, but you have one ability. Let's see what Timmy Moy has here. Timmy Moy, 90 speed. 5-star right here. Let's see what you got. He's a gem, 5-star gem. Okay, you're staying on the board for certain. We want to lock you in if we can. And you're a 5-star, 89 speed, 91 acceleration. He's got 1 mental. So I'm thinking, honestly, we get rid of Raheem and maybe just focus on these two. Because we don't need that many halfbacks. So I think we're going to focus on Duck and Moy for halfback. Receiver, let's see what we can do here. Come on, I need a gem or two. There's one right there. Al Adams. Very solid. We'll take you. For receiver, I always want to keep like 2 or 3 on my board for this. Okay, I got another gem. So that's 2 gems on the board right there. He's a 4-star gem. He doesn't have any mentals or abilities right now showing, but hopefully he will. This cat here is a contested specialist. Got Cutter. Let's get rid of you. This guy's out of Bentonville, so I'm going to keep him on board. All right, we're going to keep these 3 on the board for receiver to start. Tight end, let's see what we can do here. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, well, shoot. We'll let you guys fight it out. We're going to see what happens there. Now, for this, we don't need all these dudes. I don't need 50 tackles. We just don't. I need probably 2 or 3 max. So let's go scout. There's a gem. You're staying. If we get another gem, we'll have the 2 we want. All right, so here's what we know. We know I like he's got a good amount of abilities there at left tackle. You're off. See you later. Quick step, not bad. All right, we're gonna go with these two. Vickerson and Terrell. Right guard. We've got 3 in the mix right now. See what we can do with this. And no gems. Okay, so again, 4 guard, that's good. We'll leave those 3. All right, so we need to find another. Let's keep looking down the line. So we need some corners and safeties and all is what I'm seeing. We'll keep the edge rushers. We'll keep that. Keep that. We need a couple more corners and safeties. Okay, so let's go to the not portal. We need to go find a couple safeties, a couple safeties here. So let's start a free safety. We do have out of Texas. We got a guy right here out of Florida. LSU. You're from Rockround, Texas, so we can maybe bring him in. Gosh, okay, let's start with these two. Let's see what we can do. Let's go to strong safety. We got 1. That's it. It doesn't give me much hope, I'll tell you that. Arkansas State leading for this kid. Give me this guy. And then let's find another quarterback that we can look at. We already looked at Harkey. Schumer, we already looked at. Okay, Oscar Hart, 6'4", 197, backfield creator. 3rd on his board. We'll look at him. And then let's look at this other cat out of Arkansas just to see for recruiting purposes. And then we need a punter. It says we need a punter, so you know what? Give me a punter. Give me the best punter in his position. Top punter. I want the best of the best. Number 1, power punter. There's a number 2. Accurate. Why not? All right. So we got our board there. Let's look here at the quarterback position first. I want to see. So we got him. Oscar. Please. Oh, man. What about RJ? Man, I'm hoping we get another gem out of these dudes. Okay, so here we go. Oops, no, I don't want to exit. So we got Blizzard for sure. We're going to keep around. 86 throw power, 81 speed, 84, 85. It's not bad. It's slower than Christmas. He's a pocket passer, though. 92. Okay, I think the guy out of Arkansas, we'll see who comes out of this on top at some point. We'll see. Right now, I'm thinking for position, it's not going to be Hatted. So we're going to get him off the board. So that leaves me with 2 spots available still on the board to look at. What positions do I typically want to look at for more depth? I would say this year, I feel like our offense has got a lot of depth. I feel like we really need to look at building up the linebacker core some more. So, and the secondary a little bit more too. So we got 2 corners. Let's get 2 more receivers. 2 more receivers. Receivers never hurt anybody. I'm always for some more receivers on the board. 3rd on your list. Let's get you in here. Heron, we already looked at you. Never mind. Give me some kids out of Arkansas. So let's go out of Arkansas. Again, I want to put a board around your state. We want to get the best players from your state. Give me the best of the best from our state. There's a Will linebacker. Bring him. There's a Mike linebacker. Bring him. And then a right guard. We'll just take those other 2. All right. Get a kicker. Well, I don't need a kicker. We already got a kicker. We got a punter because we just needed a punter, but we have a kicker already on the roster, so we don't necessarily need a kicker. But we got the roster. We got what we needed there. Don't forget to add a kicker. We don't need one. I mean, let's look at the roster. I'm pretty sure we have a kicker good and locked in for a couple of years. Yeah, this guy here's a sophomore, so he'll be fine. So we got a kicker locked in. How good is our roster? Hold on. How good did that say our roster is? Are we better than last year? We're 92. Okay, the offense is really just as good as last year, if not better. The defense is a little bit worse, but we're really solid overall. We're about to do the schedule, but before I do the schedule, I want to make sure our depth chart is situated properly. Let's go to auto reorder. All right, here we go. So obviously Gabe President will be the starter unless anything crazy happens. Glad we got Devin Jones over here. He's going to be a solid backup if we need him. Skaggs, Hennessy, Naylor, Bayer. Love that mix. Contact Seeker. Love it, man. I like this four-headed monster we're going to be able to run out here with. Then we got at receiver, Silvestro, Pac-Man, Naylor, Rich, Mayers, and Portilla. Gosh, Portilla is getting shafted because of just the dev traits we saw for everybody. We could potentially put a red shirt on him and keep him for next year. Just sucks to see that he's not going to be able to really get in there in the mix this year. At tight end, it's going to be Harmon, followed by Sturgis and Econom. Not bad. Left tackle's good. Left guard, we're good. Center, we're improving. Right guard's good and right tackle's good. So we're improving in those areas. Defensive line looks like it's going to be the strength of our defense, to be honest, this year. Sam linebacker's going to be solid with Starks. Mike linebacker's going to be good with Brian Sr. Will linebacker, we got Komar. And then Ruggs, they're going to have to be the dudes there. Corner, we're led by Kozier, Nunez, and Cabral, who should be getting a lot more PT this year. Safety, we're led by McGuire. So this is an area we may move somebody else to because like our free safety is so weak. Like I honestly almost would rather put Dunsmore into a position where he's or not even Dunsmore. Maybe like Nunez. Somebody's going to have to move to safety for me. It may be Cabral. So let me see here. So let's move you out of here for a little bit undersized. Let's go with you, D'Ampero, the starter. We'll see if that mix works well for us. Then at safety, we got Dunsmore, which is good already. We're good there. And kick returner, who's going to be taking it for us? So Portilla. So that could be his role this year as a freshman. He'd be our exclusive kick returner, which kind of sucks. But I could make him a gadget player, put him in some playbooks, get that going. He's 86 speed. He's a little slow. I almost would rather have Hennessy do kick returns because he's got that 98 speed and agility. Sorry, Portilla, you lost your spot there, but you're not quick like I would want for a returner. And Myers is going to take the other spot here. So, yeah, I'm going to do my quicker guys for returns always. Just the way it is, baby. So, yeah, definitely Portilla is going to be a guy we probably redshirt or look to redshirt. Third down back is going to be Skaggs. Power back will be Skaggs. And we could do Bayer for that if we need to, but it's not bad. The slot receiver will be Myers, which I agree with. He's a route specialist. Our left edge, okay, it's good. Acceleration is, yes, I agree. Acceleration is equally important for speed. I agree with that. But even with that, like, he's a 91 acceleration. So compared to like, this guy's got 98 acceleration, 91. So it's just like his agility is pretty good. He's got 93 agility, which is higher than them, but it's still not like 98 speed, 98 acceleration. Come on now. He's a freak show out there. It's nuts. Let's look at our slot corner. Again, I want that to be Cable. All right, and then we're good there. Okay, so I like the starting lineup we got to go there. Now we need to look at red shirts, and then we'll build our schedule and we'll call it a stream today. So let's start here with the red shirting. At halfback, we have two we could look at for that. It's no doubters. Like these guys just aren't going to see the field this year. I know they're not going to love it, but save your eligibility a little bit here. At receiver, we got a ton. Portilla, again, as much as I would love to have him on the field, there's really not a place for him this year unless I find specific formations to put him in. But we just have so much depth in front of him this year. I just don't see him hitting the field. You know what I mean? For sure, these other three are going to be red shirts. Hopefully they don't leave, but they may. You know what? I'm not gonna redshirt Portilla for a start here. I'm gonna keep him off, and I'm gonna try to find some gadget plays and some stuff to put him in. May not be an every down guy, but we're gonna give him a chance. We're gonna give him the dude a chance. I don't want to waste a guy like that with that kind of potential. Coffee. There we go. Left guard, sure. Centers, we have a ton of centers, but I don't need a red shirt him. Okay, right guards, red shirt. Oh man, this is a red shirt. Kumar may be the starter here before too long. At right edge, definite red shirts right here. Those two, anyway. Maybe even that third guy. Let's see. Is he going to see the field at all? No. We'll do three for that position. Then Sam linebacker, no. Mike linebacker, we have one we can redshirt, Schumer. And Will linebacker, we are terrible. So I'm going to redshirt two of these guys. Jeez, they're terrible. Corner, we have Hyde and Sandy going to get it shirts. Warriors going to get a shirt, and that's it. All right, so got our shirts on. And now let's build this schedule and get ready for the start of our next season, which we will get going for the next stream. So here's what's built in pre-started for us. Tulsa, Utah, Northwest. Then we got conference matchups with home versus Auburn, at Texas, at Tennessee, home versus UAB, then home against A&M, at Ole Miss, home versus Mississippi State, at LSU, home versus Missouri. That's a pretty tough schedule overall, but I like the conference schedule. I would like to add a little bit more excitement in terms of the opening. So let's look at the first week, week one. Who do we want to go with here? I would like to start with a premier matchup. I never like playing a team that sucks to start the season. I want to play a team that's going to do some stuff. And you know what? I saw somebody saying it. Hey, let's do it. Let's play the Hurricanes at home in Fayetteville. Follow that up with Utah. I'm good with. We'll keep Utah on the board. Then I want a road matchup that's going to put us to the test a little bit. At BYU sounds fun. We'll go to Lavelle Edwards Stadium and play at BYU. So pretty good start there. Then in the middle of this conference schedule, UAB is not a bad pick there, but I'd kind of like to find somebody else that's maybe. I don't want to play a top-ranked team, but I certainly don't want to play a like week 7. We have a bye coming off of. We need that bye there. I honestly would not mind having a bye right there. And then, so we got an open week at week 7, and then we finish with a stretch there. Who's playing week 0? We could do a week 0 game. Week 0 game could be a lot of fun. SMU. Go play against Dwayne Dirth again over there at SMU. I'd like to play a team we haven't played yet. Florida State, somebody said. Sure, why not? Let's play the Seminoles. I would like to play them in a A road game could be fun. Let's do this. So we got Seminoles this week. Then we're going to take open week here. We're going to change this out. So I want to see if Miami's available for this next week. They are. Perfect. So I want Florida State. Then I want a game that's kind of a, not a crazy team, but a team that's going to be fun anyway. Different type of style, maybe. Like an Iowa. Let's see, Nebraska. Texas Tech. We could play the Red Raiders, run the veer shoot. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do these. We're going to go at Florida State, home versus Texas Tech and Miami, at BYU, then get going in conference play. Then we're going to have a bye week 7 and a bye week 11, which I like those 2 byes being there. I like that schedule. It's tough. I'm making it real tough on myself playing all these teams. But Florida State's going to be fun. Texas Tech's going to be fun. Miami will obviously be fun. And I think BYU will be fun. So I like that non-conference road. And then the conference schedule obviously speaks for itself. But there's not going to be anybody saying we didn't earn it if we get there again. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good schedule. Let's save it. Let's run it. Pretty happy with that overall. So let's advance the week. And let's see preseason award threats, all that kind of stuff as we get going. So here we go. Again, next stream we'll start playing games. So let's see where we're at here. Heisman Watch to begin year 5. Dadgummit, we're not on the board. Are you serious? You got Deuce Knight out here. Matt Zollers again. And no, man, oh man, no love for Gabe President, national champion, SEC champion, all that stuff. No love. We got to prove everybody wrong, baby. We got to prove everybody wrong. In terms of conference standings, we should be the top threat in the SEC. We're 92 overall. That's not the best team. You got Bama at 97 overall, 94 overall Texas, 99 overall Georgia, 91, 82, 84 at 93, 92, 91, 92, 77, 76, 70. Man, Texas A&M, what happened? That's crazy. There's 79 overall. Vandy's at 71, 70. Crazy. That's crazy. Well, some of those teams are just falling off. Let's look at the top 25 preseason. We lead the land as we should. Then there's Texas, Michigan, Bama, Notre Dame, Georgia, Duke, Clemson, Miami, Tennessee. Okay, keep going down the ladder. Not bad. I like the mix we're seeing here. Nobody from a non-Power 5 conference, which kind of sucks to see, but that's the nature of the beast. I was hoping you'd see somebody slip in there that is better than you think, but okay. So it's a good schedule. Next stream we do, y'all, we will be playing week 0 against Florida State and week 1 against Texas Tech. That will be next stream. We'll have those 2 games ready to go. Then, and so after that, we'll have Miami, BYU, and so forth. So again, 2 games per stream is kind of what we're going to roll for. It should be a fun schedule to do. Again, I will be working off camera on doing some formation subs to fit in some of our players we're talking about. But I'm really excited about this team, this roster. Obviously, I'm missing some pieces that we're going to have to learn, new faces. But I think it's going to be Gabe President's team again to see what he can do in year 3. Skaggs, we know what he can do. The rest of these halfbacks, new faces for us that really didn't play. We're going to see if they can make impacts for us. Receiver, we got 2 guys we know. The rest we haven't seen the field at all hardly. So we got 2 guys we know and trust. Other guys are going to have to prove their worth to us. Excited to see who shows up there. And then defensively, in the absence of Gabe President, we're going to see who steps up for this defense to be that big playmaker with a lot of guys left for the draft or left for the portal, whatever it may be. Who's going to be the dude or the dudes that are going to step up on this defense to lead us and hopefully be a very stout defense here in year 5 for Eric Taylor's Razorback squad. But until next time, I appreciate everybody so much for being here today. I thank our channel members, patrons for your generosity and supporting us each and every single month here on the channel. But again, I appreciate everybody being here live for the stream or watching this later in playback. As always, stay safe. God bless to each of you and your own. And we will catch you back here as we kick off year 5 for our Hogs.